Good morning and welcome to Gospel Bytes, where we take a bite at the gospel for the day. Today is Tuesday, June 27th. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Glory to you, O Lord. Jesus said to his disciples, "Do not give what is holy to dogs, and do not throw your pearls before swine, or they will trample them underfoot and turn and maul you. In everything, do to others as you would have them do to you. For this is the law and the prophets. Enter through the narrow gate, for the gate is wide and the road is easy that leads to destruction, and there are many who take it. For the gate is narrow and the road is hard that leads to life, and there are few who find it." The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Okay, Jesus talks about the narrow gate, and he's telling us that, one of the fears that we have is the fear of nonconformity, the fear of a bad reputation, the fear that we are always against the flow of the current. And Jesus is saying, well, think again. Christianity, or the road to salvation, is not about the road that many take. Just because the majority is doing something doesn't mean that the majority is right. People could all be going towards perdition, and we see this today. There's so many fads coming up, and they think that, well, if I belong to this group, I'll be happy. I'll have a group, and at least um, support. And what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that is that we won't know the full effects of what we do, bad things that we do, until probably in the next generation. When I was young, everybody was smoking. It was the coolest thing to do. And now, everybody's trying to quit. We only realized how much damage it has done to our lungs and to our body. It's like many things, many decisions we make out of the blue, because that's the normal or the common thing to do. But Christianity is not normal. Imagine you're giving up your life not for yourself, you're giving it for Jesus. Well, who would do that? And I know we have billions of Christians. We have over 1 billion just Catholics alone. How much more the other denominations? And how many of us actually just do what we're supposed to do as Christians? Maybe it's because it's the common thing to do. I remember I met someone. She was actually a parishioner. She said, in our country, everybody went to mass because that was the fad. Everybody did, and it didn't mean that they were really practicing Catholics. It was just that they were just going through the motions of a culture or a tradition. So Jesus is saying, you may be all alone walking to the gate. Don't worry, because majority is not always right. There was a crowd that decided that Jesus should be crucified. That was the decision of the crowd, of the common decision of their people at that time. So don't think that just because you are in the majority, you're doing you're thinking what everybody else is thinking, and that's right. Sometimes I think, a few years from now, very if ever they will allow us, we will see a lot of the wrong decisions we did during the pandemic. But because that was just a common thing to do, you just adhere to what the governments and even the church adhere to what the government had to say. But yeah, I think if we are really going to allow further studies of the things that we did, of the effects of vaccines and medicines, we'll be surprised. And so, being the majority doesn't guarantee truth, it doesn't guarantee faith. It's just the safest thing to do. But we don't know that the safer thing to do is to stick to God, even if you're all alone. And that's safer. And that's where faith lies. When you continue to stick with Jesus, even if you're all alone, even if there's nobody else there with you. So stand up for what is true, what is right, what is godly. And it doesn't matter if you have the whole world with you. If you have God on your side, then that's all you need. Um, so you might have to stand alone, but we're never alone when we're with God. So stand up and be confident, because salvation is a personal thing. It's we're not going to go to heaven because of what somebody did to us, or we don't go to hell because of what somebody did to us. We do that by our own reaction, by our own decisions. We decide to either be with God or be against Him. So be brave, and the world may be against you, but take courage. Christ has conquered the world. I'm Father Jerry Sembrano for another edition of Gospel Bytes. Faith is somewhere here roaming around. And God bless you. We'll see you soon. Let's get ready for Mass.